So now what I want to discuss is IITs and other technological institutions. If you look at, we were talking earlier about rankings and all that. One of the good things in the US is that these technical institutions are also kind of incubators of technology startups. So Stanford started so many things, MIT, Princeton, all these places. Do you think that's happening in India to a sufficient extent?
It's happening in Chennai. I mean, if you go tomorrow to Chennai for Indology conference, you'll find the incubator done by Jhunjhunwala is fantastic. They got more than 250 companies. It's happening in Mumbai. It's happening in Delhi. It's happening. Rajiv, I was part of the Kakurkar committee set up by government to look at autonomy for IITs, and we recommended 100 institutions like IITs. Of course, many of the IIT directors said quality will suffer. They got this fetish about quality by squeezing supply. No country squeezes supply to improve quality.
Right.
We have 1.3 billion people. We need 100 institutions of the type of IIT Chennai to grow in this country, so our young people have got good quality. If 100 institutions take 1,000 intake every year, we'll have 100,000 high quality engineers.
Right.
That's what we need.
Right.
But we need them. They say there are no faculty. There are enough faculty. We can get them from overseas. It's not a problem. The problem will solve itself in 10 years. So I think we need good institutions, and the institutions require autonomy. Some of them are doing well, but you must give them the freedom. They're constricted, they're not able to access fund, government is not giving them enough money, government is not allowing them the freedom to do it. So I think right now we need reforms in education to do what you want. If you want a Stanford in India, we need reforms, and the biggest reforms is for the top 100 universities, give them full administrative, academic and financial authority. Give them power. And the government wants to fund them, give them funding per student. Per student. Hold them to account. And in case they don't perform and have a benchmark in terms of whatever quality you do, don't cut the funding. Let the faculty lose the job. Who cares?
Right.
So students can go elsewhere.
Right.
Punish them. But there's no punishment. Because today in the public sector, Rajiv will be surprised, in the government, when you get a job, you get a pension for the day one because you're not accountable for a job. You don't work and then nothing happens to you.
Yeah.
Very rarely you get sacked.
Yeah.
From the day you come at 25 till the day you retire at 60 until the day you pass away at maybe 85, for 60 years you and I, our taxes are used to pay a pension.
Right.
Because where's the accountability?
Yeah. This is pretty impressive that India has continued this old system left by the British, I guess, the civil service and so on. And we are independent for almost 70 years, but we haven't changed this to a more privatized or free market kind of a mentality.
See, Rajiv, it's not about public, private, anything. It's about outcome, Rajiv. Because we get stuck in these labels: public, private, semi-public, semi-private, public, and all that nonsense. We must say outcome. Are these institutions, whether set up by the private sector or public sector, delivering the outcome they require? If they're not delivering, make them accountable. If they're bad, shut them down.
Yes.
For Air India, it doesn't matter if the public or private is bad, shut it down. Why pour money into Air India? Right? So now, if you're government, you get protection because you're the holy cow. Our taxpayers' money are used by a representative to keep bad institutions afloat because they think they come to power to keep this institution and protect them against us. Is our money, they're our representatives, they use our money to keep bad institutions afloat and save them from accountability from us. I never heard of this distorted, bigoted logic anywhere in this country. I mean, we need more democracy, we need more freedom, we need government to do the job, what it is. If you look at classical political theory, Rajiv, it teaches you a government is required to protect the external boundaries of the country,
Yes.
to maintain internal law and order, to deliver justice to the citizens, to maintain the currency, and to maintain the relationship with foreign countries, right? These are 5 things.
Right.
Now, external boundaries, we are relatively safe, but the terrorists keep coming from Pakistan.
Right.
Internal law and order, we don't have enough policemen, our lives are not secure. There's a failure there, part failure. Justice is not delivered at all, 15, 20 years. I don't know what kind of justice system is this, right? Some of the High Court, Supreme Court judges want to run cricket. They want to run other organizations rather than focusing on justice. I think there's something that to exercise restraint. And if you look at currency, well, then a decent job. At least we had demonetization. Currency has been cleaned up. Foreign affairs, our neighbors used to hate us. Now we are much better. At least the world respects us. There's some advancement. The government must know the government jobs, not run a coal ministry, not run a steel ministry, not run a huge education apparatus and start providing services. Services can be provided for everybody. And the government wants to provide services because some people can't afford to pay, you rather give them money to pay. Because Rajiv, poverty in the simplest definition is lack of purchasing power.
Right.
I am poor because I don't have purchasing power. You are rich because you got purchasing power. Now you give me purchasing power, I'll decide for myself, I'll educate my children, I'll build a house, I'll live the way I want. Because I don't have purchasing power, I'm helpless. Now because I'm helpless, government says I will give you all this and hold me to the mercy of a lower level official who is the biggest oppressor, biggest tyrant in this country and make me into a beggar.
Yeah.
Now this is crazy. Instead of running all these services, if services are available, let other people provide. And if I have the buying power, I can go to a variety of providers.
Yes.
Now, because I don't have the buying power, I go only to government and they harass me. They make me like a beggar. They destroy my confidence. They destroy my personality. They destroy me as a citizen and make me a beggar.
Right.
Now, this is unheard of. This is not democratic. So the basic tenets we have to rediscover and fight back to say that government should be of the people for this. You should not, I'm important as a citizen. This country is mine. Now, it's all got mixed up. It's all got mixed up. Because our intelligentsia, our people don't debate these real issues.